Got a cold steel here. Yeah, woo, I've been excited to get this one. I almost missed them. They sold out, and then they got them back in. This is the full metal. Um, it's an S35 VN steel titanium scales. And I'm going to say off the top, this is the most pocket knife looking knife that I'm aware that Cold Steel has done. Now maybe they have another one, but this looks like a modern folder to me. Where some of the other stuff they're doing, I mean, big. I y'all know what I'm talking about. This one just seems more like a modern titanium S35 VN folder, so I'm excited for it. And it has their Atlas lock, so I'm excited for that. Which their Atlas lock is, it's their answer to the Shark lock, the Demco Shark lock. Look at this titanium. Man, I'm a fan of that already. Just nice milling. Ooh, is this knife thin? Let's get that blade out. Oh, man, come on. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I got room. Be dropping that on my... Action's kind of stiff, but probably like most cold steels, this thing's on washers. And so I might have to tune it up a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of stiff. I mean, yeah. This is the most high-end titanium feeling pocket knife of cold steels that I've come across. Look at this Stonewash S35. Beautiful. Look at the grind on it. Man, is that pretty. Even. Very nice. Titanium pocket clip, I'm sure. Let's check. Nope, that's steel. Bruce spring steel. All titanium steel pivot. Steel mechanism through the Atlas lock. Steel hardware. Yeah, so titanium scales, but then steel. Minimum badging. Just says FM1. And then the cold steel standard badging on the back. Yeah, very cool. What do we got here? I did not realize how thin this knife was. Oh, it's just got wonderful grips all the way around. I love this power grip here, but reverse grip, standard grip, power, thumb forward. Yeah, wonderful. The action's a little gummy. Let's get in it. I'm looking forward to seeing if I can do something with it. Maybe I can flip flop that pivot. I don't know. It's got Loctite. I think I'm going to stay with the theme and pull these two screws here and then come up right here with this. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, on these Shark locks, Axis locks, Atlas locks, you want to come off on this show side. Yep, now that I'm thinking about it, this is correct. I don't want to change it. So with that locked in, I should be able to get this scale up and off now without the spring going. Yep. So it's got a brass washer and a Teflon washer, just like normal, like all other cold steels. Mm-hmm. but I think I can polish that up a little bit, maybe help that action. And so the way that these work, I need to be careful because these springs can go flying, but you've got these two rods here, these two stops, and the bottom of this locks on top of the blade right there. Well, these two pins lock that in there so that it can't move. And then the spring and the mechanism allows you to pull that out of the way so that the blade can pivot. It's a pretty simple design, but it locks up so tight. And of course, in typical cold steel fashion, I mean, I think they hang 600 pounds off of this knife with the action open. Now, I don't know if it is 600. I'm guessing. I don't know. What do I know? Let's get that spring out so it doesn't go flying on me. All right. Very nice. Teflon. I want to be careful not to tear those. Yeah, and we're locked in there, so I'm not going to come at that from another angle. But I am going to polish these up. There's that one. And then wipe all this down. And do it our way. Know what I mean? Pull that pin. Nice titanium scales. I dig it. Yeah, so one of the things I'm thinking about is getting the titanium 8010. It's kind of cool. Little backspacer that also holds the pocket clip down. Pretty neat. Yeah, so I've been thinking about it, but man, it is not cheap. And it would be for my collection. I've done an 8010 on the channel before, and so I don't need to bring in an 8010 to run through the channel, that's for sure. Beautiful stone wash on the blade. I like it. Now that's steel. Yeah. Looks like titanium, but it's steel. Yeah, very cool. All right. I'm just going to wipe these off now. Get that coat of oil that they used off of there. And then I'll polish these two, this one and this one. Pretty simple. I'm going to leave this towel here because I think I'll be using it again as soon as I polish these washers. Now, I tell you, it's not crazy for me to stick it on this belt like this and go like that and then find a pretty good sized burr on it. The other thing, and you'll see it, I'm going to show it on this washer, that when I do this, you see how unflat these washers really are. Look at that. You see where it's polished and then where it hasn't polished? Yeah, these are so not flat. Yeah. Now, I don't know. Should I polish it till it's completely flat? Nah, I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to get the high spots and get them shiny. Get them polished up. Yeah, until I started polishing these, I would have never thought it. And I would have never thought how many of these have like pretty hard burrs. You go to polish it and then you're hanging up on a burr. You can't even polish it. I do think that I'm going to grab a lighter grit belt and put a little more shine on these washers, like this one right here. Yep. I'm going to shine it up just a little bit more because I really do want this action to be wonderful, as nice as I can make it. There we go. Yeah, that's shined up like glass now. Ooh, is that shiny. There we go. Now, I will say one of the things with these versus the triad lock, the triad, I can adjust the spring really easily. It's got the little metal spring, the spring metal spring. This, not so much. Yeah, it's not that easy. I'd have to compress that spring to take tension off of that lock. But two big ones and a little one. And I think one of the big ones, the little one back here, that's my spring. Come on. There we go. And then these two are the big ones up front. There we go. All right, so all that's correct. I'm gonna put a washer down. Well, I'm gonna put a little bit of magic sauce underneath it. I mean, ultimately, it's the Teflon to ride on this, but anything I can do to help this run, I'm gonna do it. Come on, man. Come on, man. There's my Teflon. Get on there. It's like it don't want to go. Got a little bit of oily stuff on it. Now I am going to put this in the locked position right there. And I don't mind over oiling these a little bit either. Sometimes you want to, less is more type thing, but on these, and what I mean by these, I mean washer knives. Not afraid to put a little excess oil in there. Now I'm going to load my spring. Well, the way I do these springs is I do them like a inchworm. I put a bend in them, get them in both sides, and then press down in the middle, like so. Yep. And then this should just fit over the top. There it is. Pretty simple. Oh yeah, look at it now. And it's only going to get better. The more I use it, the better that'll get. I do have a little wiggle in it. There we go. Yeah, look at that. It's drop shut now. If I was to hold that lock all the way, whoop, blade centered, nice. Yeah, what an improvement. I mean, you wouldn't think, I don't know, they probably wouldn't even think, you can't improve it, man. They leave here perfect. You know, I mean, I'm just telling you. I'm not making it up. The action on this. And all I did was clean up those washers. I wiped everything down. I cleaned them up and polished them. And the action here is markedly better. I think the design of this, and I brought this up on another Atlas lock, is to use the thumb and drop it to the finger, and then you can finish it off. Whether you manually close it at that point, or you continue to shake it down. Spidey flick? Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah, man. What an improvement. Ooh, is that nice. I mean, I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. How would I rate this action? I mean, interesting, man. I mean, I'm going to say it's got A-level action. It's just that now when I get to the ergonomics, it's definitely A-level. When I get to the ergonomics, here's what I have to say. This Atlas lock is a little off. Like, you know, I'm used to the Shark lock, which is up here. Or even in the case of the Vision, their super lock, it's farther forward. And so this is back a little bit. So it leaves the ergonomics functioning. I guess that's part of the action. So maybe I knock it to an A minus because it's a little different having to get your finger back here. Now, you know, if you're gripping the knife to just go here and then down to your finger and close, I mean, yeah, it's butter. It's wonderful. But I think, you know, like the Shark lock and the super lock, you kind of want to do it with your finger, right? You kind of want to do that right there, which you can. It's training, I guess. I'm just used to the other. Yeah, this thing's very nice. Ergonomics, yeah. Pocket clips disappeared. Wonderful grip. There's no real jimping anywhere here, but not so confident, very confident. I mean, I'm locked in. That's a confident grip there. I wouldn't go past it at all. There's a pretty good finger guard here. I feel pretty good that I could come forward, meet some resistance, and maintain my grip on this piece. It's got a great reverse grip. I mean, the thin knife makes this thing wonderful, wieldy in the hand, and it's got a really good pocketknife. Nice to cap it here, and so this right here, man, is it good. Woo, I dig it. Let's check that pocket clip. I don't foresee any problems with it. It's going to be another reason why I like this knife. I mean, on the triple stitch stuff, it's a dryer clip. It's in there just solid as can be. It's got a really good bite on standard jean size material. And then my spot back here, and as you can see, it's completely covered, very discreet knife. Smaller pocket clip, but it's got this hole cut out, so it's easy to get a hold of and get it out. Yeah, great. Excellent pocket clip. Safety, yeah, there's no contact back here. And then the tip is recessed so you can't get hit. So the clip is awesome, the tip is good, and I'm confident that I can handle this knife any way I want as long as the blade is closed. Yeah, if the blade's closed, this thing's safe to handle. Let's talk about the sharp, unsafe part of this knife. How sharp is that? I mean, it's kind of toothy. I'm going to strop it. Here, I'll let you strop it with me. Come on along for the ride. I'm going to try to maintain that angle and stay just on the bevel. I'm going to run a couple of passes. Try to raise up whatever's going on down there. Get it nice and ready. Yeah, that's like 3 passes per side. And then I'm going to run it on this wood. I mean, I can feel it. It just may be a little toothy of an edge. All right. I'm going to run it 2 more times. Okay. Well, let's cut again. Better. I mean, it's got a toothy edge, but it needed a strop. Yep. Very good. Very, very nice. Big, tall bevel. Look at it. I love it. Love this bevel on this blade. All right. Price and availability. Okay, so there is a black version of this as well. It's got a black stonewashed blade and black titanium, anodized titanium. The only place that I found this knife is on the Coldsteel website. The black one is like, I think it's like $229, but it's sold out. This one is $199, and they show it available as of the date of this video. Yeah, so it's not cheap, but I mean, is it worth 200 bucks? I mean, if you're a Coldsteel fan, I think so. It's such a unique offering from them. It's such a departure from the other stuff that they do that I think so. Yeah, pretty cool. Hey, I appreciate y'all watching and checking it out with me.